Bulavanaka, good afternoon, Nomona. H is going to say it for us. It's going to be a true Motuan way of saying the afternoon in Motuan language. Over to you, H.
Adore Nomona.
Adore Nomona. And g'day from Mr. Healy, from Tony here, amongst all the H's. Halai, Healy, Hala, and Hoogie. Hoogie's just out of the box for the moment, but wow, what a beautiful day it's turned out to be. We were thinking rain this morning, but the clouds burnt up nicely. The ground is now in picturesque condition with that dew sort of evaporating off the grass. It was quite slippery early in the morning, and the ground is looking a picture here at Amini Park. Super Saturday it sure was so far, and this afternoon's game will be actually tight affair as well. Very close game in the morning. Well done to the Samoans again. Well done to Sia. Sia was the star of the game. I'm not sure who won man of the match this morning, but in my book she should have got it with 4 wickets and a vital 18 runs. So well done to Sia Gabriel this morning. Also to their the rest of their very impressive bowling attack for Samoa. And well done to the PNG girls as well. To Cialas to get them all out for around about 56, 57 runs was a fabulous effort too. Cricket was the winner this morning. My head tells me Fiji today, but the Vanuatuans can eliminate 50% of those errors with their bowling. It will be a very close tussle. 50% I mean, get rid of the wides down the leg side, be more desperate in the field as well, and no front foot, no balls. 49 extras is just a little bit too much, and that's the learning for that young team anyway. What we're looking forward to today, we want a close contest. We want more consistent bowling. We want to see the desperation in the field that the Samoan team set today, and of course the most important thing is these two teams keep smiling, because they really have put smiles onto the faces of everyone they've met since they've been here in Port Moresby. One aside, H is like me, if Vanuatu win today, this would mean that every single team in this competition, all 5 teams have won at least 1 game. How good would that be for cricket? Fiji though, on the other hand, I think they'll bounce back today. They had a bit of a disappointment yesterday, but knowing the Fijians, they have that attitude that we might have a bad day, but next day we can come and be positive and really perform on the stage again. The toss has been made. Fiji won the toss and decided to bowl. Our umpires for today are Helen and Kim. Helen Atai and Kim Cotton. Hang on, we might have a change here. It looks like Suresh is coming up. There's been a late change to the umpiring. What has caused that? H has given me the wrong information, but we're above that. We've noticed that it certainly isn't Kim. It's giving another opportunity to Suresh Subramanian. So well done, you two guys. It doesn't matter who's out there umpiring. The umpiring stand has been fantastic. And at least now we'll be able to see them in the field, not mixed up amongst the Cialis, which is a bit confusing with the colours. So thanks again to our sponsors, ICC. This would not be happening without your support. Not only support in terms of money, but also support of being here for us as well. We're learning heaps from your presence here in Port Moresby. Trans-Pacific Insurance, MJ Electrical. I saw Michael there this morning. He's been here every day. Thank you, Mick and the team. Steel Industries, Pacific Oz Sports, practical on-field stuff. They've been taking them for clinics. They've also been taking them for their drills prior to the game, and also during their sessions where they've had a free day off. So thank you to the team from Pacific Oz Sports. Pure Water, we're looking for some at the moment. We've had an ant infestation here. Unfortunately, H left his buffalo chicken on the bench and the ants got the smell of it, and we have an ant plague here. How they can climb up so fast, I'm not quite sure. But if anyone's got some fly spray back there in the office, please run it up soon. So thank you, Pure Water. Also Biz Prints, Oceanic Embroidery and Able Computing as well. I saw the Able Computing van there yesterday afternoon. H doing some Able Computing stuff, whatever they do. So thanks again to our sponsors. Without this, and without your help, this would not be possible. We haven't looked at too many changes in the teams, pretty much the same. Of course, our captain Malay will be Waka Nasawa. She will be an important component of the Fijian side today, as well as the captain Susan Stephen from the Vanuatuan team. Susan's been a real shining light in their team's performances so far. I'm not going to predict too much here, guys. As we said, we only want a very close game. The Fijians smiling, singing as per usual. Great to catch up with them yesterday. What a great effort from our Indonesian guys and the Fijians taking the time to come and help grassroots cricket with the Krio Cricket Carnival happening at Bassini Park. Both teams took the time, probably feeling exhausted, but they took the time to go over there, play games with the kids, sing a couple of songs, and basically just promote the game in such a positive way. So thank you, Fiji, and thank you to the great team from Indonesia. They are the happiest team on earth, I'm sure. Right, here we go. Fiji won the toss, elected to bowl, and that did not surprise me, H. I thought they would bowl. What we want to see from them, though, is to set a total that is not out of sight of their reach. Par once again, 90 runs. Below par this morning. The pitch is a little bit more bouncy, a bit more pace in this wicket, and the colour's a little bit different from the previous pitch too, so it's a little bit drier. We've got Lengso and Griffin, the opening batters, and Ishani. We hope Ishani takes a big deep breath today and hits that spot from the start. She's a little bit wayward yesterday, a little bit nervous, but I'm sure after a good night's sleep she'll be hitting that spot consistently outside the off stump. So much potential. Right, here we go. Griffin's taking strike. Takes off stump, takes middle stump, lines it up, marks the crease, and game is on. Suresh waves his arm, waves to the scorers, waves to H, waves to everyone, and says play. Right, that's what we wanted. Outside, off stump. Now moving in a bit closer. Well done to Ishani. That's a great start. Have a look at this, H. Look at this run up. Yeah, wide outside off stump, but definitely not a line. I think Kiri Kula might be keeping to that. One's down the leg side. Signal to the wide by the umpire. First run on the board, and off they go. The Vanuatuans be looking for a score in the high 80s, 90s, preferably over 100. And with an extra delivery, that's a bonus for this first over. We see Griffin bends right down, crouches right down over the bat. He comes shunning in. That one is further wide. That's called a wide as well. And one more run. The umpires have had their work cut out. We had H's trivia question this morning. How many different types of no balls can be bowled? You can Google that one, guys, and first answer into H will win a prize. Once again, Ishani in. Down, push sort of down the leg side, but inside of that ball was young Griffin, and she negotiates it onto the pad back to the bowler. Oh dear H, it's been a long day, and we're going to make sure we enjoy every moment of it. In she comes, Ishani. That's a better line, that's a better length. Played and missed by Griffin, and no run. Once again, our thoughts to the Fijian people. Another more settled day today across the island, across the archipelago, and I know there's a big mop up going on in the Zuri, parts of Suva, Nandi, Latoka, Singatoka. Lots of cleaning up today. In she comes once more, Ishani. A good line once more. That's the sort of line and length we need. In some ways she reminds me a bit of O'Dea. Not quite as quick, and she's bowling up into the wind now, but just that nice high action, similar looking style, but lots and lots of potential here from the young Queenslander. When I say Queenslander, Fijian origins, but living and schooling at the moment, I think, in Brisbane. That one slashed onto the offside, well fielded. Clean as a whistle, H, right into those mitts of hers at the cover fielder. Excellent. That's backing up your bowler. No fumbling. Yeah, the claps all around for that effort. So Shani, now she's got a length. Now she's got those 4 dots in a row. And right arm over. played into the covers, nice loose wristy shot and no run, and that is over. So even though we had a couple of wides, in the end Ashani's got the figures of none for two off her first over, and she would take that, I'm sure, if you offered her that at the start of the day. There's a batting lineup. Stephen to come in next, Joy, Mansale, Matal Tava, Winnetong. So they do bat down to about 7 or 8. Each of them can have a different style of batting. We've got some aggressive battings in this Fiji side, but also a few really good technical batters as well. H and I have big discussions, guys, and so far we've talked about which side sort of has the, what would you call, the classiest batting lineup, and I know H and I were very impressed with the Indonesian side as far as technique's concerned. And I think all the sides are great, but the Indonesians, I reckon, would be well suited to the 50 over format of the game, where they've got a chance to build an innings and bat more like a test match rather than the slam bang format of the 20 over. In comes Lavachi. Seems like just 5 minutes ago she was bowling from the Manu end, so she's back on this afternoon and she'll be hoping for a good start. Amazing if you bowl that first ball and it hits the spot, what a boost for the confidence it is. Right arm over the wicket, medium pace, in she comes, bit of short of a length outside the off stump, slight fumble from the keeper, no run. Yes, we had a good chat to the Fijian players yesterday. H was over there with the kids as well in the afternoon, and was blessed to have them give up their time when they're probably hanging out for some well-deserved lunch. So thank you, Fiji. I nearly said Vanu there. That's the Turtles. In she comes, right arm over. Short of a length. That one skidded through a bit there, H. It's a bit more like the pitch we had yesterday. So bit of variable bounce. We've had some that have looped a little bit off the pitch, and that one was well negotiated by the keeper. That could have gone through her legs and caused some byes. Lavachi yet to give us a bye or a wide or a leg bye. She's made a good start with the first couple of deliveries. In she comes, right arm over the wicket around Helen. Again, short of a length once more, respectfully played onto the onside to short mick wicket. No run there. Yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in again, all our friends in Fiji, all our friends in Vanuatu, in Port Vila and across their archipelago. Fingers crossed for a classic game this afternoon. I know everyone's really pleased with the series so far, and again, thanks to the groundsmen, guys. You have created an absolute beauty today with the pitch. Again, short of a length, outside off stump, pushed onto the offside, and well negotiated there by the point fielder running to cover. No run. A couple of the Fijian players are from the second largest island in Fiji, they were telling me yesterday. So Fiji is a large archipelago, and cricket has made its way onto a lot of the islands and developed some of its own unique characteristics, a bit like Vanuatu as well. In comes Lavachi. It's wide outside the off stump. This time it's called wide, and that's the first run from the over. Still got a fair few people in the crowd there. H, right arm over the wicket. Oh, an edge and well placed fielder. Yes, a shot. Safe, well played. I missed that fielder there at a deep third, well, a short third man rather, and they ran across to stop that single being taken. So a well placed field by the captain. Good strategy by the coach. So we've got a point, we've got a gully, and we've got a short third man, all protecting that ball that's pitched outside the off stump. Once again, in she comes. It's pushed on the leg again, edge down to what would you say, a first slip position, but we haven't got one, so we've got a third man a bit further down to stop any easy runs. That is over. A good start from the Fijians, and there's our run so far. So far we've got 3 extras from the 2 overs and a score of none for 3. Griffin yet to score. Lengsau yet to score. But we have started to tick that clock over with extras. Once again, it is Rucci this time from the Bassini end. Or as Rugi likes to call the Rita Flynn end. Rita Flynn is a significant landmark here in Port Moresby, isn't it, H? H is saying yes. Hang on. That's a dead ball. That's excellent umpiring. The umpire thought that Rucci was just having a warm-up delivery, and that's not allowed. But the thing is, the batter on the onside has to move on the offside, has to move on to the onside. So the umpire said that wasn't in it. We can start again, and we're seeing everything here over these last few weeks. So the poor old umpire thought she was just getting a run up right, but she's actually delivered the ball. It's Keystone Cops here at the Oval H, and she comes. This one will be legitimate. That's outside the off stump, smack through the covers, and H and I are still giggling. They've gone through for 2, and that's well run. Very confident running between the wickets. So well done to Griffo. She's off the mark after facing a ball that wasn't a ball the ball before. Oh, H and I are still looking for ants here, guys. How did they come? They like the chicken, H. I thought they would have gone for your chocolate royals here. Tell you what, H, in she comes once more, Ruti. It's full pitch, that one that's got under the bat a few times in this series, bounces off the left knee, and they've just taken the one run of the fielder. Yeah, it's interesting. That's the first time we've had the Ants Raiders over this series. They definitely raided us last time. And we come once more. Short outside the off-stump. That's in the air, and that's gobbled. That is gobbled by the point fielder. An easy catch. She really didn't have to play at that one, young Lengsau, and she did, and she suffered the consequences of a slack shot outside the off-stump. So a great start from Fiji. That brings it on to 1 from 6 off 2.3 overs. Run rate of only 2.57, most of those being extras. So just the start Fiji wanted, and just the thing they didn't want to happen for Lengsau, who can really bat a bit too. H is stand out there. Yeah, that is a pretty loose shot there. So something she'll learn and look at, hopefully get evaluated on. And that's the first wicket. New batter in will be Stephen. Susie Stephen, one of our easier names to pronounce here, captain of the team, and has led her team really well through the series so far. She'll be looking forward to knuckling down and building a competitive total over the last 18 overs here, or 17.3 overs. A lot of action here from H. I think he's ant chasing at the moment. There's movement in the station, for the word had got around. The ants from Old Regret had attacked his chicken burger. H is squatting a few there. Stevens looks around, surveys the field. She's looking at 4 on the onside, 5 on the offside. Right arm over. There's a slip in place now, which is an aggressive piece of bowling from the Ruthie. A chance for LBW. The finger might go up, and he has shaken his head and said, nah, 2 more balls to go. That was mighty close, H. That was a very confident appeal, and well done to the girls who are backing up their bowler here. To get Stevens out for a duck would have been a great flip to their chances. Here comes Ruthie once more. Well flighted up, bit of outswing on that occasion, off the pad of the keeper, and they jog through for a bye. Just checking that one, H, with the umpire. And that is a bye, I think. In comes Helen, earning her keep. And sets up the stumps beautifully. Step back, young batter, so that Suresh can have a look, and he's happy with the state of the wickets. And in comes Ruthie to bowl once more. Last ball of the over. It's well pitched up, punched down onto the onside, a bit of hesitation, and no run. Well done. A good start there from Ruthie's first over, and that is over called. Welcome back to Rugi, who's had a nice chicken lunch from the Buffalo Burger Company.
It was good, eh?
It was very nice.
Very nice.
Hit the spot. Hopefully he's feeling a bit better today too. So
Yeah, your
magic pill.
magic pills did the trick, so I'm feeling a bit better now.
Yeah, and you get a good sleep tonight too.
Hopefully
Yeah.
get some rest tonight.
Yeah. Big day tomorrow, even though it's only one game, it's massive, isn't it?
Still have 2 days to go.
Yeah.
Wrap up things here and
Lots to play for too, isn't it?
cricket week.
Yeah.
Guilty?
Excellent week.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah. Lot to play for. Ted, we've got the team of the series here as well. They're looking for players that will formulate that team of the South Pacific, Asia South Pacific. 12 players will formulate that team from hopefully some representative from each of the squads. A good start. Malay's in to bowl her first over as Rugi grabs the microphone.
Yeah, Malay.
Malay.
She bowled really well the other day.
She's very impressive, mate. Very impressive.
There's some very good young talents
Yeah.
coming out from the region.
Yeah.
Cricket, as you've mentioned a few times, cricket is the big winner here.
Ooh, right on
Especially in the region, the East Asia Pacific region.
Yeah.
So, yep, somewhat wrap up their third match, third win of the series, of the tournament. And they're looking strong to win. They're looking strong to win the tournament here. They still have one game to play against Fiji on Monday, and if Fiji happen to win this match, they still have a chance to qualify. They will play Samoa on Monday. Melee coming from the Vanuatu pot end of the field, pitched up, chipped over the infield, running down towards the boundary. That will be 4 runs for Steven.
Shot of the day.
Shot of the day.
Clip that one. She's going to be a great little cricketer.
She will be a gun cricketer for Vanuatu women's team. Very promising talent. Very powerful. She has a good all-round cricket ability. She can bowl, she can bat.
Clip that one.
And that was a beautiful shot from Steven. That should be the first boundary for the Vanuatu innings. The umpire signals boundaries. Steven on strike. Drop shot. And a defensive shot from Steven. Another dot ball. 4 runs of this over so far. 2 balls remaining. 1 for 11. Steven on strike. 4 runs so far of 6 balls. Chipped over the infield again. Lands safely on the ground. 1 more run added to Steven's score. That brings Vanuatu's total to 12. 1 ball remaining in the 4th over of their innings. Melee, 1 ball to go in her first over. Griffin on strike. Played and missed. Looked like it was edged. No, says the umpire. Calls over. That is the over ball. Vanuatu are 1 for 12 after 4 overs. You see, we had a good game earlier on this morning in the morning match.
We certainly did.
Samoa and PNG. It was a low-scoring game. Samoa made only 58 and bowled really well to defend their total, and bowled out PNG for 48. Ball pinch out for 48, and what a bowling and fielding effort from Samoa to defend a small target.
NJ, Hidea, Gabriel, and of course my captain. They're going to call it
Olive.
I nearly said Olive, so it's Olive. So
Olive.
a four-pronged attack, and each of them was potent today.
They were on song.
Did you find out who was person of the match?
Not
ask
quite.
later, yeah.
We will find out shortly. And onto the attack is Ishani again from the Bishini end of the field. And first ball is pushed down the leg side. Umpire signals wide plus 2 extra runs. That will be 3 runs added onto the Vanuatu scoreboard.
Off the pad that time, I think Rugi, wasn't it?
They flick the pad.
I'd hope so.
Along the way, the umpire will signal leg byes. There you go. Another run.
First ball was wide.
Oh yeah. Wide and leg by. First 2 balls, Ishani. Griffin is on strike. Current run rate is 3.84. Going over almost 4 runs and over. There is a good shot, good defensive shot on the back foot. Played down to the gully region. Straight to the fielder. No run.
Crucial partnership this one, Rugi, from what we've seen in the other games. Griffin and Stevens can really formulate a good score here if they stick together and work as a team and aim for that 90.
That's hit the pads. Half-hearted appeal from Ishani. Not out, says the umpire. Griffin on strike. Fiji have won 1 game and lost a game against Indonesia yesterday. They'll be looking to bounce back this match, and that's slapped through the point region, and the ball is running down towards the boundary line. 2 runs taken, and the score moves to 18 runs for the Vanuatu side. Here, like I said, Fiji will be looking to bounce back, and Vanuatu on the other hand, Hilsey, have lost their 2 games so far, and they'll be looking to register the first win of the tournament.
We did say that before, Rugi. Wouldn't it be great if we did, by the end of the day, have each of the teams winning 1 game at least? It'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah. She's found a spot now, Shani.
Yep. Straight into the pads again. Going down the leg side. One more ball to go in this over. Ishani 9 for 7, 1.5 overs. Vanuatu out 1 for 18 runs. The last ball of the 5th over. Full toss, it's hit the back foot, and a half-hearted appeal from the wicketkeeper again.
I thought
Ishani was not interested.
Yeah, that's interesting. I thought that looked close. She must have hit that.
That is the over ball. Vanuatu after 5 overs, 1 wicket down for 18 runs, and we're looking at a good match here. Hilsey,
yeah, definitely.
like I said, Fiji will be trying to bounce back in their winning ways, and Vanuatu on the other hand will be looking to register the first win. We have a good game on our hands, good Saturday afternoon. Rugby happening on the other side. There's AFL just behind us. Soccer playing their weekend matches. We have a good crowd watching cricket. Good to see the families and the communities coming out to support their cricket heroes here on Amini Park. Mele is back on the attack. First ball of her second over. Hit down to the square leg fielder by Steven. No run taken. First ball is a dot ball. Steven is on 5 runs of 9 balls. Hit a powerful boundary the previous over, and she is a key player for Vanuatu. And that's pushed down to the leg side, missed by the batter, and again another dot ball. Good bowling from Mele, keeping it tight, not giving away too many easy balls for Vanuatu to score freely. Steven is a powerful hitter, and anything loose, she will bounce on it. Hilsey?
Yeah.
Mele and dropped shot.
Good girl. Well done.
Played onto the leg side by Steven, again straight to the square leg, fine leg actually, fine leg fielder. Says no to her partner, and another dot ball from Mele. One for 18, 5.3 overs. Steven on strike. Mele, 4th ball. Drops it short again, short of a length. Push to the coverage in. Another single for Steven. Brings her score to 6 runs. 5.4 overs. Vanuatu scorecards 1 for 19 runs. Griffin is on strike again. Mele continuing from the Vanuatu pot end of the field. Griffin on strike, straight to stump, edge to the slips region, and goes across for a comfortable single. At the end there, 1 ball to go. The score moves up to 20, and Steven is back on strike. That is another good over from Mele. Just 2 runs from this over. She'll be looking to close off her over well with another good ball. Steven is aiming to go big on the last ball. It's pushed down the leg side. Umpire calls wide, and another extra run taken. 2 runs to be added onto the Vanuatu scoreboard, and it's 1 for 22. Last ball still to come from Mele. Last ball, Griffin's back on strike. And full ball played and missed by Griffin. That is the over ball. 1 for 22 after 6 overs, and that completes the compulsory power play overs, first 6 overs in T20 for Fiji has been completed. And the umpire signals second power play, which will be from the 7th over to the 20th over, and that means the captain or the fielding side can be able to push a few more players outside of the inner circle to protect their boundaries if they need to. Just Willis been introduced into the attack from the Bicini end of the park. Here on Amini Park. No, it's actually, there's a change. Epilio for Fiji. Trying to work out the full name for
Abigail.
Abigail, isn't
It's
it?
Abigail Epili.
Yeah.
It's Epili, not Epilio.
That's a no.
It's 0.
It's
0
okay.
for 0. That's a first ball, played and missed by Steven. Pitched outside of off stump. Tried to slap it onto the offside region. Misses in the process, and that's first dot ball for Epilio of her first over. Epili, it's not Epilio, it's Epili. Beg your pardon. Hussein hits it through the cover region. Another powerful shot by Steven. Collects another 2 runs. Moves her score to 8 runs. Fiji and Vanuatu are going head to head. Vanuatu now 1-4-24. Hill City Steven Girl will be a gun player for
She's got
the Vanuatu women's team.
in all forms of the game, eh?
Yep, she is all ready to play for the senior team.
See what I mean? She's got power as well.
She's got power. She's a good all-round cricketer, and what a good work by the Vanuatu Cricket Association producing the young
And captain
talents.
as well, hey? It'd be interesting to see if she's already represented the women's team, eh? Not sure. Something to look at.
3 balls to go. Epili continuing
That's
from
the
the
one, that's the
Bicini.
one.
That is a very good shot, played straight down to the mid-on fielder. That is a good shot. Collects another single. Griffin brings her score to 7 runs off 18 balls, and the talented Steven is back on strike and powerfully played onto the leg side, but straight to the mid-wicket fielder. Fumbles it a bit, but no run taken. Last ball of the 7th over. Steven on strike. Epili, last ball. Pitched on the offside. Slapped powerfully again by Steven, straight to the deep cover fielder, and that is the over ball. Single run scored. 5 of the over. Vanuatu are 1-for-27 after 7 overs. That is the betting card for Vanuatu. Griffin not out on 7, Steven not out on 10. Going well for the Vanuatu side, and pushing on to the pass score we've been talking about, healthy, and
Around about 90 runs at the stage. I'm
90
doing my
runs.
maths right now.
Well,
multiplying that by 3, and of course you're up over
well,
money.
Samoa defended 58, so
Yeah.
anything about 50 is a challenging score.
Well, I reckon they get 90. We'll have a really close game today.
Yeah.
I reckon we really
It
have
will
a
be
close game.
game.
Steve-O's the key.
Steve-O is key. And coming on to the bowling attack is Melee, who will be bowling her 3rd over. It's number 1 is Melee, the captain of Fiji side. Melee Wanganisao. Well done there. You see? I reckon I
think you did extra well there. H is nodding. H had to say good afternoon to
That's
everyone
another
before.
powerful shot by Steven, chipped over the bowler's head
The old relay.
for another 2 runs under her name. That brings her score to 12 runs off 19 balls. Vanuatu are now 1-for-29, 7.2 overs. Melee continuing from the Manu end with her third over, 2.2 overs, none for 11 so far. This will be her third ball of the third over. Pushes down to the leg side and the umpire signals wide, and that brings 30 runs for Vanuatu. Looking strong here, a good partnership building between Steven and Griffin. They lost an early wicket, and now these two, the second wicket partnership is going strong as Steven leans onto the ball, chips it over again over the mid-wicket fielder, and the cover fielder out riding on the boundary fields the ball and sends it back to the wicket keeper.
Griffin, one of the few, Rugi, who can really clear that infield, isn't she? When she's batting, you're confident she can get a boundary off most deliveries.
Yeah, correct.
Oh.
Outside of stump, pitched by Mele. Dot ball again. Griffin was the main run getter yesterday for Vanuatu. They played in their last game, and Steven was also a huge contributor of the Vanuatu batting in the last game they played. 2 balls to go, 1 for 31. Griffin on strike. Melee. Actually, it's the last ball.
Have you?
Last ball of Melee's
Over, yeah.
second over.
Have you seen Susan's brother bowl before? Susan Stevens' brother, Apple. He's a fast bowler for Vanuatu. Have you seen him in your travels?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure if you your paths crossed, you would have seen it.
That is the over ball. After 8 overs, Vanuatu are 1 for 31. They're in a good position to post a challenging total for Vanuatu and try and make it hard for Fijians to chase their score, as Fiji have a good strong batting unit as well.
Yeah.
The Vanuatu will need a good challenging score, and they will need to bowl well to stop Fiji from getting their target. It's Apili back on the strike from the Icc Cricket Oval or from the Ritafling court end of the ground. This is the start of the 9th over to be bowled by Fiji's Apili. Steven on strike, down onto the leg side, push down to the square leg region, straight to the fielder. Another dot ball, first up from Apili. This is the 9th over, 1 for 31. Full ball, hit powerfully by Steven again down to the deep mid-wicket region for a single run, and a waist, above the waist height ball, and that is called a no ball by the umpire, and it's gonna be free hit for Griffin to face. The next ball, free hit, meaning you cannot get out if you don't like. So if it's caught, that will be a free hit ball, so you cannot be out on a free hit unless you are run out. And dot ball again for Apili, straight up in the air, no run. Score is 1 for 33. That's outside of the blue wide line, and umpire signals wide. More runs for Fiji, 1 for 34, 8.2 overs, 2 runs so far from this over. Apili bowling well, but the wides are not helping her figures. She is now known for 8 runs. Griffin goes for a big shot, mistimes it. The ball rolls down to the deep square leg fielder. Another run for Griffin brings a score to 8 runs of 23 balls, and the scoreboard's 35 runs for Vanuatu in the middle of the 9th over. The powerful Steven is back on strike. She's got 14 runs so far of 22 balls. Apili down to the leg side. Steven opens up to hit the ball onto the leg side, but mistimes it. Didn't quite time it, and the ball just rolled down to the square leg fielder. Another dot ball. 2 balls remaining in the 9th over. Vanuatu 1 for 35. Steven on strike. Hit straight back to the bowler. Misfield, but well backed up by the infielder there. Last ball of the 9th over. Steven will be looking to go big on this last ball as the run rate creeps down to just below 4 runs and over, and she's taken off on the shot, but luckily sent back by Griffin, as that's the over ball for Apili. Vanuatu after 9 overs are 1 down for 35 runs. There is the partnership chart. Hilsey, you can see it's 29 so far. Looking good, looking strong. Trying to get over the past score of 80 or 90 runs. It's 1 for 35 after 9 overs. 11 overs remaining. The run rate's just below 4 runs and over. Steven looking strong on 14 runs in 25 balls, and Griffin 8 runs of 23 balls. Akosita is been introduced in the attack for Fiji. Trying to work out the full name for Akosita. It's Akosita Mama for Fainoa. You have done well there, Hilsey.
Very nice.
Akosita Mama Fainoa. And a big solid unit for the Fijian women's team. And straight through.
Oh, I think that's
Gets
out. That is
wicket.
out.
First wicket for Akosita. Well bowled. Straight through. Griffin's out. Bowl for 8 runs of 24 balls. Second wicket for Fiji. Vanuatu are 2 down for 35 runs in the middle of the 10th over, and I think that will be the technical timeout.
Technical timeout and red card for Rookie.
We'll see you soon after.
Only in
small
PNG, guys. Only in PNG.
No.
Sorry. We have a really good game on our hands. 2 for 32. Mansale, the new batsman, but Stevens, while Stevens still there, there's still a big chance for the Vanuatuan girls to hit a really good competitive total. Would you agree, Ru?
Steven is key for Vanuatu. She has been all week.
All the way through. And losing Griffo was a big loss, but since Stevens still there, it's still a big show.
That is a wide ball from Joymans Akosita, I mean.
Akosita.
It's Akosita Mama Fainoa.
Digging under the chocolate royals there.
And played onto the leg side by Mansale. 2 runs for Vanuatu, brings their score to 38. 9.2 overs so far. This will be 9.3 after this ball. The run rate crept up to 4 runs and over. Dot ball again from Akosita. 2 for 38. Shout out to our viewers at Port Villa, a cricket fraternity in Port Villa. Team Cutler and the team out at Vanuatu Cricket Association. Thank you for tuning in. You girls are in a commanding position so far. 2 for 38. Joy Mansale and Susan Steven are doing it for the Vanuatu team. That's the 10 overs completed. Vanuatu are 2 for 38. Mansale on 2 runs and Steven on 14 runs. There's gonna be a bowling change for Fiji. Coming on again is Ishani, who has bowled 2 overs earlier and no wickets for 7 runs so far. She is back in the attack from the Bicini netball courts area of the ground, and a pre-run-up jump, and then goes into bowl. Hits the pad, Steven, and a half-hearted uphill again from the wicketkeeper. Ishani was not even interested in that uphill.
A little leap at the start there is unique though, isn't it? I don't think I've ever seen that in cricket. Have a look. It's like one of those trotting horses at Moonee Valley in Melbourne. Here she goes.
Ishani, very good talent from the Fiji inside. And Steven rocks on the back foot, hits the ball on the rise straight to the cover fielder, and no run. Another dot ball for Ishani, keeping it tight here as she
gallops in.
Yeah, and it's down the leg side again, and umpire signals a wide ball.
You see
There'll be more
Griffo, Steve-O trying to get out of the road that one, so it was going to be called a wide. I think she moved inside. It's not a bad tactic, Rugi, hey? You know, it goes down there, they're going to call a wide, so don't let it hit your pad. What's this? This is a nice little
replay.
This is it. Oh, this is live.
Back live. Down the leg side again. More runs, wide runs for extra runs for Vanuatu, 2 for 40. The run rate's gone back down to little under 4 runs and over. And Steven, the dangerous Susan Steven, is on 14 runs for Vanuatu. Goes for a big shot, didn't quite time it, hit it straight back into the pads, and
Picks it up and chucks it back to the bowler.
no run. Dot ball again, 2 runs so far, just 2 wides. Ishani continuing through head over. Steven on strike,
Nice.
pushes it down to the mid of region for another single, brings a score to 15 of 29 balls. Vanuatu are now 2 for 41 in 10.4 overs. Joy Mansale comes on strike, a left-handed batter for Vanuatu. Ishani, 2 balls to go in head over. Fifth ball, played and missed. Joy Mansale, another dot ball for Ishani, 2 for 41. Last ball to go in the 11th over. Ishani will be looking to close off the over strongly as Mansale gets ready to face the last ball. It hits the pad, it's going down the leg side. LBW uphill by Ishani, but the umpire says not out. Calls the over ball, and it's 2 for 41 after 11 overs. Steven on 15 and Mansale on 2 runs for Vanuatu. And the Manhattan chart shows the two circles on top of the bars, the wickets that Fiji have taken. You'll see the Vanuatu are keeping wickets in hand, and I think that is key. They will need them at the dying stages of the innings as Fiji brings on Levasi. They have some tricky pronunciations, these Fijians, so we'll have to be very careful with the pronunciation of their names. Sincere apologies if we don't get it right. And first ball was pushed down to the leg side, and the umpire changes head. The umpire changes headish into a no ball. Because the Fijian side had one too many fielders outside of the circle, and that will be a free hit for Steven. This will be interesting. This will be a free hit Steven would have been looking for, as she will get ready to go big on the free hit ball. It's ball on the leg side, good bowling by Levangi or something like that. I'm not quite too sure on the pronunciation, but I'll take Levashi. None for 6, 2.1 over. Steven on 15, Joy Mansale on 2, 2 for 42. Vanuatu better, Steven on strike. Ball to the pads again, goes for an uphill. Umpire not even interested, says not out, as the ball was just going down the left side. He'll see, I reckon. And 2 dot balls after a wide. 1 run so far in Levasi stead over. Steven goes big, hits the ball down to the deep mid wicket area, rolling down to the boundary, fielded by the deep mid wicket fielder, and 2 runs again for Steven. Brings their score to 17. Vanuatu moves their score to 44. 11.3 overs. drops it short. Steven tries to play a pull shot but mistimes it. I think she told it on that occasion. Hilsey straight back to the fielder at the coverage. Another dot ball for Levacy, and 3 runs so far in this over. Pushes it down to the leg side again. That will be another wide. Extra runs for Vanuatu. It's 2 for 45. Still 2 balls remaining in the 12th over. Two balls, 2 for 45. Steven on strike. And that's straight through. There goes the dangerous Steven. Well bowled by Levacy. Claiming her first wicket. 1 wicket for 9 runs, 2.5 overs. And there goes the danger girl, Steven. Out bowled by Levacy, 17 runs of 35 balls. It's 3 for 45, and that is a good breakthrough for the Fijian side, breaking the partnership between Steven and Mansale. That is a good wicket, good bowling from Levacy again, and there goes Steven. Incoming batter is Matautava. Maya Matautava. Joy Mansale is 2 runs. The not out batter for Vanuatu, and Matautava is joining here now as a result of the dismissal of Steven, who was looking very solid for the Vanuatu team and has been clean bowled by Levacy. Matautava on strike. 1 ball to go in this over. Levacy 2.5 overs, 1 for 9. Last ball hits the pad, goes for an uphill. Umpire says not out, and that is the over ball. That is the over ball. Vanuatu are 3 for 45 after 12 overs. Joy Mansale and Maya Matautava not out batters for the Vanuatuan side. Quite overcast here, Hilsey. That has helped keep the sun out of the players out on the field.
Very pleasant out there.
It is not too hot out there. I think the humidity has dropped a bit.
Definitely.
And that is Rusi back into the Fijian attack, coming from the Bicini end of the oval. Joy Mansale on strike. Drops it short. Punch straight to the cover fielder there. Fumbled it, but the batters are not going to take any risk in taking a risky single. Second ball from Rusi. Drops it short, straight through the fielders by Mansale. Goes for another run, and that brings Vanuatu score to 46 in 12.2 overs. Rusi bowled very well in the last match against Indonesia as well. She is been introduced into the attack. 1.2 overs, taken 1 wicket for 4 runs. Defensive shot from Matautava. 3 for 46. Whoa, that is about double bounce.
But kept very low.
Almost kept very low on the bounce. Played onto the onside by Matautawa for a single run. Matautawa gets off strike, and there is a first run. And she is off. 3 for 47, 2 balls to go in the 13th over. Lucy comes in for Fiji. Balls to the leg side, hits the pad, goes for another uphill, but umpire says not out as the ball was pitched outside. You'll see you can't give that out when the ball is pitched outside of the leg stump. And again, punch through the infield. The deep mid off. That was the left-hander batting. Deep mid off. Fielder covers for the cover fielder, and that is the over ball. 1 run of it, and Vanuatu are 3 for 48 after 13 overs. Mansale on 4, Matautawa on 1. Not out batters for Vanuatu. Looks like a bowling change at the Manu end of the ground. Apili is been brought back into the attack. Abigail Apili for Fiji is back on the attack. Mansale on strike. First ball. Played in the air, safely bounces on the ground again. The cover fielder moves in to field it. Another dot ball, first up from Apili. Pitched up, punch to the mid of fielder, safely fielded. Second dot ball for Apili in her third over. 2 balls so far. Mansale on strike. 3 for 48. That is the prediction for Vanuatu, and Joy Mansale plays it onto the onside. Through the fielder again. Bit of a misfield there. Covered by the deep fielders. And Matautawa crosses for another single for Mansale, and she is on 5 runs. Matautawa gets back on strike. Apili 3 balls in the middle of the 14th over. Vanuatu 3 for 49. Straight stump to stump. Good defensive shot by Matautawa. Dot ball. 2 balls remaining in the 14th over. Apili going strong for Fiji. Has bowled 2.4 overs so far, none for 10 runs, and that's healthy figures for Apili. She has a bit of a pre-run up, and it's up in the air and
Nice
safely
catch.
taken down at the deep mid-on region. There goes Matautawa of Vanuatu, out caught 1 run, and Vanuatu are 4 down for 49 runs in 13.5 overs. And Joy Mansale remains not out. And the new batter for Vanuatu will be Wellington. Juliet Wellington of
We think so.
Vanuatu will be joining Mansale in the crease, and Fiji are 4 for 49 in the 14th over. Wellington is coming into bat as a result of the last wicket of Matautawa. There is good bowling from Apelli. Just considering 1 run of this over, taking the crucial wicket of Matautawa, and the umpire corrects the batters from taking the right hands of the wicket, because the new batter in has to face the ball upon a catch by the fielding team. 4 for 49, Apelli, 1 ball to go, and way outside of the blue wide line, umpire calls it a wide, extra runs for Vanuatu, and that brings up 50 runs for Vanuatu. Hilsey, and looking strong here, they have wickets in hand. 1 ball to go in the 14th over. Wellington on strike, straight through the infielder, and she gets off the mark with a single. That is the over ball for Fiji on the 14th over, and the score reads 4 wickets down for 51 runs. Looking strong here, posting a challenging target for Fiji to chase Vanuatu's Wellington, and Mansale will be looking to get the scoreboard ticking over and keep pushing the score over. That past score we've been talking about. Halsey and Rusi is back in the attack from the Vicini end of the ground, pushes it down to the leg side, wide, and an extra run taken, 2 runs to be added. 4 for 53, 14 overs. Mansale is on strike. First ball wide from Rossi. 1 for 8 runs in 2 overs. Pushes it out to the offside by Rusi, and way outside of the blue wide guideline, and umpire says wide. More runs for Vanuatu. 4 for 54. Straight down the ground by Mansale. Fielders coming to field the ball and stops the batters from taking a single. Another dot ball for Rusi. Mansale on strike. Rusi coming from the Baba end. Beg your pardon, coming from the Vicini end. Another dot ball. Not interested to run. Take a risky run by these Vanuatu batters. 4 for 54, 14.2 overs. Pitch down the leg side, hits the pad along the way. No run taken. Dot ball again. Good comeback by Rusi after bowling 2 wide in the first 2 balls, and she's now pulled it back with 3 dot balls in a row, looking to finish strong in the bowling. 4th dot ball here hit straight back to the bowler. No run. Score remains at 54. 2 balls remaining in the 15th over. Mansale on strike. Fifth ball, tossed up in the air. It's now hit over the infield by Mansale. Ball running down towards the boundary line. 2 runs taken and 2 more runs onto the scoreboard for Vanuatu. It's 4 for 56 with 1 ball to go in the 15th over. Mansale on strike. Rusi moves in. Good defensive shot towards the cover region. Nicely fielded by the fielder, and that marks the end of the 15th over. Vanuatu looking solid here. 4 for 56. Mansale on 7. Wellington on 1. That is the partnership chart, and it's 7 runs between Wellington and Mansale so far. They have been looking to improve that figure to give Vanuatu some respectable target and give the bowlers something to bowl at later on in their bowling session. Levasi is back on the attack. This will be the beginning of her 4th over. First ball is pushed down the leg side. The umpire signals wide. Extra runs for Vanuatu. The scoreboard looks solid for Vanuatu. 4 for 57. Played onto the point region by Wellington. Straight to the fielder. No run there. 4 for 57. Slowly creeping up to 60 runs. Mark Hilsey. And that is getting closer to the pass score as well. The pass score we've been predicting all along. Slapped onto the offside through the
Nice shot.
fielders, and another 2 runs for Vanuatu. That is a very good shot. Hit it into the gap, straight past the fielders. 2 runs. The score is now 4 for 59 in 15.2 overs as Levasi continues hair bowling from the manual of the ground. 1 for 12, 3.2 overs. Wellington on strike. 3 runs so far. Balls into the pitch. Nice defensive shot again from Wellington. Not taking any risk here. It's 4 for 59. Mansale on 7. Wellington on 3. Looking strong for the Vanuatu batting side. Levasi hits the pad, goes for an uphill, and I think it was going down the leg side, Hilsey, and rightfully so. Umpire says not out. That is a good decision from our very own Helena Tai, a women international umpire from Papua New Guinea. Levasi, 5th ball. Wellington on strike, drops it short, slapped onto
Laconic shot, wasn't it?
the offside again, through the fielders again, and settles for 1 run. 1 ball to go in the 16th over. Vanuatu brings their score to 60 runs. Joy Mansale is back on strike to face the last ball of Levasi. Levasi's 4th over. Last ball. pulls it onto the onside, mistimes it straight to the mid-wicket fielder, safely fielded. Another dot ball, that is the over ball. 4 60 after 16 overs. Mansale on 7 and Wellington on 4. And that is the WEM chart. Steadily displaying a steady climb for the Vanuatu batters, and run rate is little under the 4-run mark, 4 runs and over mark, 4 overs remaining, and they'll be looking to score as many runs as they can in the remaining 24 balls to put some respectability in their total. Wellington on strike. Place it onto the gully region, straight to fielder, sent back by a partner, no run taken. It's another dot ball. Ishani is back, continuing from the Bicini cricket oval end of the ground. She's bowled 3 point overs so far, no wickets taken for 10 runs, and straight through played and missed by Wellington. Another dot ball, dot so far in this over. Wellington on strike on 4 runs, 4 for 60, 16.2 overs. Ishani coming from the Bicini oval end of the park. Uses the pace. Wellington guides it to the offside point region, straight to fielder, says no to the partner, and that is the 10th dot ball of the over. Ishani going strong in her 4th over, dot so far. Bowls it onto the leg side. Wellington hits it onto the leg side, straight to the fine leg fielder. There was a chance for a run out there. Hilsey looked like
a chance.
would have been close if a direct hit was there, but the batsman got back home safely for another run. 2 balls to go, 4 for 61. Mansale hits the ball to the point fielder, straight to the fielder. Another dot ball. 1 run so far of this over. Hilsey, 1 ball to go. Mansale on 7, facing Ishani to complete her 4th over. Last ball onto the leg side. Flick the pads, I reckon. The ball is running down towards the boundary line, and it's going to be 2 runs again for Vanuatu as the umpire signals leg byes. Extra runs for Vanuatu. It's 4 for 63 after 17 overs. Wellington on 5, Mansale on 7. We'll be looking to a strong finish. This Vanuatu batting side, they have wickets in hand. They have 6 wickets in hand, 18 balls to go, and they'll be looking to score as many runs as possible in the remaining balls. And Malay is back on the attack for Fiji. Bowled 2 overs so far, none for 9 runs. Healthy figures again there for Malay. Will be looking to finish strong in the dying overs of their bowling. Punch to the Kawa region by Wellington. Single run there, well fielded by the Fijian fielder. Scored ticks over to 64 runs, 17.1 over. Mansale is back on strike, Hilsey. She'll be looking to finish strong for her team. And Melee cleans her up, breaks the stumps, clean bowl. That's the end of Mansale. 7 runs of 22 balls. Crucial wicket for Fiji in the 9 overs. Good bowling, full straight, hits the wicket, claims the 5th wicket. Vanuatu are 5 wickets down for 64 runs, 17.2 overs. That is good bowling from Mele. Her 3rd wicket, rewarded for good tight bowling. It's 3 wickets for 10 runs, or 2 wickets for, no, I'm wrong here. I haven't got my figures right. First wicket for Malay, 1 wicket for 10 runs, 2.2 overs so far. Mansale, another Mansale here for Vanuatu. Rosalinda Mansale, and there is Augustine Mansale in the Vanuatu team. So Joy Mansale goes and Rosalinda Mansale comes to join Wellington for Vanuatu. 5 for 64, and Melee continues her merry ways of bowling good lines and good lengths, making it hard for Vanuatu batters to score healthy figures of 1 for 10 runs in 2.3 overs. In the middle of a 3rd over, 5 for 64, Vanuatu. Mansale goes for a shot, misses the ball straight to the wicket keeper for another dot ball. 1 run conceded in this over so far, Hilsey, and a wicket taken. 2 balls remaining. Melee coming in, played onto the offside, straight to the cover fielder. No run, another dot ball. Last ball of Melee's 3rd over. 5 for 64. Mansale, Rosalinda Mansale on strike for Vanuatu. It's down to the mid-on region. It's gonna be close for a run out, and that is given out by umpire Helena Tai. Another wicket for Fiji. Vanuatu losing the 6th wicket. The score is on 64. That is the end of the 18th over. 2 overs remaining. Wellington remains not out on 6 runs, and Mansale departs without scoring any runs, and Fiji will be looking to finish strong here in the remaining 2 overs to restrict Vanuatu scoring another few runs as they move on to the last 2 overs. They know the batters will be going hard in the last 2 overs, as usual in T20 cricket, Hilsey, and that's your wicket wham and run rate. 6 wickets down, 64 runs, 2 overs remaining for Vanuatu. Thompson, Marceline Thompson, is at the crease joining Wellington for Vanuatu. Marceline Thompson, she is the wicket keeper for Vanuatu.
It's a big call.
Yes, the replay there. Hilsey reckon it.
Very close, yeah.
Reckon it was
Close.
very close. And Rossi is back on the attack from the Bicini end of the ground. Starts with a wide pushes the ball down to the leg side, and the umpire calls wide. Extra runs for Vanuatu, brings that score to 65. Second ball, Rusi onto the leg side again. Hit down to the short fine leg fielder. Another dot ball for Rusi. Rusi 1 for 12 so far. This is a last over as well, Ilse. And this time it goes to the offside, way outside of the wide line, the blue-white line. And umpire says wide ball, and more runs for Vanuatu. 6-4, 66, 18.1 over. And this goes to the leg side again. From the offside wide to leg side wide, the umpire signals wide, and more runs for Vanuatu. 6-4, 67. Hilsey, what do you reckon the score will be?
80 runs, I reckon. 80 runs.
80 runs will be par score, maybe?
No, not sure, mate. Not sure. It's hard to judge, isn't it? I reckon.
And
Very
white ball
hard.
again. It's 6-4, 68. This is looking to be a very, very expensive over with 4 whites so far. Still 5 balls remaining.
Coming around the wicket.
Coming around the wicket, trying to change the angle. Juanito moves over onto the other side of the pitch. Around the wicket, Rossi. Does well there. Dot ball. Still 4 balls remaining. It's a long over for Rusi. With the extra balls, she needs to rebowl. Pitches the ball outside of stump. Played and missed by Thompson. And that's another dot ball for Rusi. Still 3 balls remaining in her 4th and last over of her bowling. 6-4, 68. Thompson on strike. And pulled onto the leg side, travels down to the square leg region. Thompson gets off the mark. 1 run of 4 balls. Vanuatu's total creeps up to 69 for the loss of 6 wickets. 2 balls remaining in Rusi's 4th over. Wellington on strike. Pitch just outside of the leg stump. Played onto the onside straight to the mid-wicket fielder by Wellington, and another dot ball. 1 ball to go in the 19th over. Vanuatu are 6-4, 69. Wellington on 6 runs on strike. Ruthie, last ball. Pitch outside, leg side again. Half-hearted appeal again. Umpire says not out, calls the over ball. Dot ball. About 5 runs scored in this over. Rusi completes her 4 overs. 1 wicket for 60 runs. Vanuatu 6-4, 69 after 19 overs. And this will be the last over for Vanuatu, to be bowled by Mele from the Vanuatu pot end of the field. She's taken 1 wicket for 10 runs in her 3 overs bowled so far. Will be looking to finish strong for Fiji, and I believe Thompson and Wellington will be going hard on the last few balls. First balls hit over the infield, no one out protecting the boundaries, and 2 runs for Thompson. Vanuatu brings their score to 71. 2 runs of the first ball, 5 balls remaining in their innings. Mele in again. Thompson will be looking to go in big again. Mistimes the ball, hits it, but doesn't travel too far. From here, the wicketkeeper moves in to field the ball. That is the second ball, a dot ball, and that is very handy, especially in the last over. Dot balls are good for the bowler. 6 for 71. Third ball, edged. Would have been a wide, but edged by Thompson. Safely fielded by the slips fielder. And 3 balls remaining. Last over for the Vanuatu innings. Replay, and it's gonna be caught out, and Thompson hits the ball straight to the cover fielder, and she will depart for 3 runs. Vanuatu are now 7 down for 71 runs. 2 balls remaining in their innings, and they have stopped scoring runs but have lost a few wickets in the dying stages. Their score is now 71 runs with 7 wickets down, 2 balls remaining in the 20th over. The incoming batter is Atta for Vanuatu. It's Zuren Atta for Vanuatu is the new batter coming in to join Wellington, who is remain not out on 6 runs. Last 2 balls from Mele to be bowled to complete the 20 overs for Vanuatu innings. Atta on strike. Mele moves in. 5th ball outside of off stump, way outside of the wide guideline. The umpire signals wide ball and extra runs for Vanuatu again. Mele 2 for 13 runs, 3.5 overs, 1 ball to go in the 20th over for Vanuatu innings, and they are 7 for 72. Mele will be looking to finish strong here, not to give away any more runs, she would hope, and she does so. Ball straight, hit straight back to the bowler, and that will complete the 20 overs for the Vanuatu innings, and they are 7 down for 72 runs in 20 overs, and Fiji will need 73 runs to win this match and keep their hopes alive going into the last game on Monday. So that is the story for the Vanuatu innings. They have lost 7 wickets, scored 72 runs in 20 overs, and Griffin, Langsau, Steven, Mansale, Matautawa, Wellington, another Mansale, Thompson, and Atta contributed 72 runs for Vanuatu. Fiji will need 73 runs to win, and we will take a short break and don't go too far, as we have a very good match on our hands to complete the second game of the day. See you soon.
Chase is on. Target of 73 and action from the start. Stevens from the Manu end. Right arm over. On strike is Ilomia. Off spinner. Pushed onto the offside. And 1 run. It's been interesting chase from the Fijians here. Personally, I think they might get there, but Vanuatu, put your best foot forward with your bowling, you never know. Well bowled from Stevens. Pushed on the onside, 1 run. Wide outside the offside, reached, and that's called a wide. Malay on 2, Lomia on 1, number 4. Stephen in from the Manu end. Ball goes on with the arm, pushed through at a nice pace, played a miss and no run. Second last ball, Leola penultimate, and Susan pushes that one wide once again, playing a miss. Score remains at number 4, which is a good start from the Fijians. That's all they need. Floated up that one, punched into the covers, just forward a point. They look, they run, they hesitate, and that would have been out if it had been a direct hit. So let's check out how many runs I got in total there, but it was a bit of a chaos running between the wickets there. None for 5 off the first over. Malay not out 2. Ilomia not out 2. Swap of ends coming coming from the Bassini end here. We have Joy Mansell, right arm over the wicket. Taking guard, we have Ilomia. Takalau. Strike, I can see her leg stump there. H, it's interesting, maybe it's our angle. Right arm medium pace, that one keeps low. Push through the keeper and no run. Right arm over the wicket. Ilomia, she comes. Oh, that one bumped up, it did really bounce. 2 balls, no run. Chase is on, none for 5 off 1.2. Pushed on, a little bit of outswing there, very delicate, very slight movement through the air, bit of dip. Dot dot dot, a great start for the Joy Mansell for the Vanuatuans. pretty happy with those first three. Good thing is there's been nothing down the leg side, and they've learnt from their lesson. No wides down the leg side. Something we said at the start of the day, H. Cut down 50 runs. That one's short of a length, but on the right side of the stump, so it can't be given a wide. It's not rocket science, H, is it, hey? Just hit that spot. You have to do it for 24 deliveries, and something you can practice on for the next 12 months till this time comes again. Excellent bowling. Right up in the block hole, punched out by Alomia. Good cricket all round. Okay, in the same field as we saw, 4 on the offside, 5 on the on, right arm over the wicket from the bowler, short of length, that's the one to whack through, and she's pushed it wide of the backward point position down to where third man would be, and they jog through easily for 2. And that, my friends, is over. Score check, none for 7 off 2, Alomia on 4, Malay on 2, and a good chance for Ricky to take over here. Good choice. Good chance for a good tight game here. Just checking out the history here. Gotcha.
Like the PNG innings, a low total was set for them, low target set for them, but they still have to get the runs. So Fiji has to be mindful and learning from the morning match that you still need to get the runs, need to play good shots, get the scoreboard ticking, and not playing too many loose shots to lose their wickets and put themselves in a big hole. And this small total can be very tricky to chase down as well, Hilsey. So they will be very mindful. Malay on strike on 2 runs. That is a good defensive shot. Good bowling from Wellington. 2.1 overs. Fiji are no wickets down for 7 runs. Wellington coming from the Vanuatu pot end of the ground. 0.2 overs. This is a third dot ball of the first over, and looking steady and bowling tight for the Vanuatu team. 4th ball, Malay on strike. Played onto the offside, past the point fielder, coming back for the 2nd run. It's gonna be close and safely home. 2 more runs for Fiji, brings the score to 9 runs, 2.4 overs. Malay not out on 4 runs. Alomia on 4 runs as well of 10 balls. 5th ball, Wellington. Malay punches through the cover region again and settles for a single run. That will bring the score to 10 runs. A bit of misfielder by the wicket keeper, and it's 9 for 10. 1 more ball to go in the 3rd over of the compulsory power play overs, first 6 overs. Alomia on strike now. Wellington, bit of curve there. Hilsey played and misses the outside edge, and taken by wicket keeper. After 3 overs, Fiji are 9 for 10 runs, and that is the partnership chart. 10 runs for between Alomia and Malay for Fiji, and after 3 overs, 9 for 10. Joy Mansale will bowl from the Bicini end of the ground to start the 4th over. Malay on 5 runs and Alomia on 4 runs for Fiji. The not out batters for Fiji. run rate at 3.33. At this stage they will be requiring 3.71 to win this game, and we have a good match on our hands, Hilsey. It's gonna be a balanced match, and if Fiji put on a good partnership here, they will be looking solid to post the second victory of this tournament. Pushed down to the leg side by Melee, straight to the mid wicket, just a little bit wide of the mid wicket fielder, and crosses for a single run, brings the score to 11. Joy Mansale bowling his second over, 1.2 overs, none for 3 runs so far, none for 11. Fiji, Mansale coming in, third ball, pitch outside of the off stump, outside of the wide guideline, and umpire signals wide. Extra runs for Fiji, brings their score to 13. Melee on strike, Mansale, third ball. Straight to the middle fielder, misfield again. That allows Fiji to cross for another run. 1 run to Melee, brings their score to 7. Melee bowled well in the Fijian bowling session, Hilsey.
Yep.
She took 3 wickets, or 2 or 3 wickets, and backed it up backing it up with a solid batting performance so far as well. She is on 7 runs, gets back on strike. Elomia is on 4. Melee on strike for Fiji. The run rate has crept up to 4.09, just over 4 runs, and looking strong for Fiji at no wickets down for 15 runs. Pull shot to the mid-on fielder, straight to the fielder. Melee says no to Elomia, and that will be another dot ball. 1 ball remaining for the 4th over, and Fiji are none for 15. Melee on strike, 7 runs. Straight to the fielder again at the mid-on area, and that will be the over ball for Joy Mansale, completing the second over, none for 6 runs after 2 overs, and Fiji are no wickets down for 15 after 4 overs. There is the WAM there, looking solid for Fiji. A steep climb and then steadily growing their innings, and Wellington will be coming back for the Vanuatu bowling side. She has bowled 1 over so far, very economical first over, no wickets taken for 3 runs. Elomia will be getting ready to face her first ball of the second over, and punch through to the offside field, straight to the point fielder. Had to move a little bit to her right to field the ball, but Elomia says no to Melee, and dot ball. A good swing ball, out swinging ball for Wellington, played onto the offside by Elomia, and crosses for a single run, pushes the Fijian score to 16 runs in 4.2 overs. Straight to the mid-off fielder, no run again, another dot ball from Wellington. Melee on strike on 7 runs of 13 balls. Wellington doing a good job for Vanuatu. Pull shot from Melee and goes for a quick run, and that is going to be close. A direct hit from the mid-on fielder, but the umpire was in a very good position to say not out as the batter safely gets home, and that will be another run to the Fijian scoreboard. Brings the score to 17. 2 balls to go in the 5th over. Elomia on strike, and another heavy ball from Wellington. It's another dot ball. She is bowling really well here, Hilsey. Just considering 2 runs in the 2nd over. 1 ball to go. She'll be looking to finish in the over well, hopefully with a dot ball, and does so with a dot ball. And that is the end of the 5th over. Fiji are steadily chasing their target of 73. They are on 17 runs, no wickets down, and the Manhattan chart shows that the game is in the balance, comparing the two sides at the same stage of the innings. Steven is back in the attack for Vanuatu, Hilsey. This is ball 1 over so far. This will be a 2nd over. Melee is on strike. Steven, first ball into the mid-on region. Safely fielded. Returns the ball back to the bowler. Dot ball. Melee on strike again. Steven, 2nd ball. Tossed up in the air. Hit to the coverage, and there's a bit of mix up there, and the ball's been fumbled by the wicket keeper. There was a big chance for a run out, and the wicket keeper couldn't catch the ball. Fumbles it, and the Fijians safely gets 2 runs in the end and brings the score to 19 runs. Steven, 3rd ball. Melee on strike. Punch it to the offside, straight through the fielders. Another single for Fiji. Brings their score to 20 runs of 5.4 overs. Elomia on strike, and that was way down outside of the off stump. It was a wide ball, but the batter Elomia had played it and hit it straight back to the bowler. And another dot ball. 2 balls to go. Steven comes in, 5th ball, pitched outside of the off stump, way outside of the wide guideline, and the umpire says another wide and brings the score to 21 for Fiji. 2 balls still remaining. Steven has to re-bowl her wide ball. 2 balls remaining, and that will be another wide. Umpire signals so, and 22 runs on the board now. Fiji looking solid. A good start from the opening batters, Elomia and Melee. This is the 5th ball from Steven. Elomia facing and sprayed again to outside of the leg, off stump. Melee on 11, Elomia on 5. 23 runs on the board. 2 balls still remaining. 3 consecutive wides have been bowled by Steven. That is unlike her. She has been very strong in her bowling performance. I think there's a bit of fatigue setting into these young bodies of these fine young cricketers here. And 1 ball to go. Steven, none for 11. Fiji. Elomia on strike, 5 runs. Last ball and missed by the wicket keeper. More runs for Fiji. Umpire will signal buys, extra runs for Fiji. That will bring the score to 24 after 6 overs. Fiji looking solid. The WAM shows that the game is in the balance so far in the innings of Fiji. Power play overs completed, and the fielding side is allowed a couple more fielders to field outside of the inner circle. Between the 7th and the 20th over, they are allowed 4 fielders outside of the circle. And Mele doing it well for Fiji at 11 runs of 17 balls. Elomia contributing steadily with 5 runs in 19 balls. Vanuatu makes a change from the Manu end of the field. Lang Sao is now being introduced into the attack for Vanuatu. Elomia on strike. Down to the leg side, goes for LBW appeal, but umpire Helen Atai says not out. It was going down to the leg side, and a good dish in at the end by Helen Atai. Second ball from Lang Sao. Elomia on strike, pushed down to the leg side and helped on its way by the batter down to the leg side. And 2 runs for Fiji again, building the partnership steadily with singles and good running between the wickets. The score is now 26 runs. Still the openers batting. Elomia on strike. Third ball from Lang Sao. Drop shot, hit up in the air, lands safely on the ground down at the square leg region of the field. Another single for Fiji brings the score to 27. On the board, Mele is on strike. Fourth ball, Lang Sao. Pushed down to the leg side. White call will be signaled by the umpire, and that is more singles, more extras for Fiji in wide balls, and it's contributing quite heavily, the wide balls, wide runs. And there is a better ball from Lang Sao, straight to the stump, just misses the stump. Played and missed by Elomia. Dot ball, none for 29, 6.4 overs. Looking strong here, Mele and Elomia for Fiji. Lang Sao, 5th ball, way outside of the off stump and outside of the wide guidelines, and umpire signals wide, and 5 runs so far from this over. There is a better ball, no one at the slip scoring, edged down to the fine leg, Tadman region I should say, and 2 more runs for Elomia. That brings their score to 10 runs, and the score is 32 for no wickets. 1 ball to go in the 7th over. dot ball to finish the over. At the end of the 7th over, Fiji are no wickets down for 32 runs. Malay on 11 and Elomia on 10, looking strong for the Fijians in their pursuit of the target set by Vanuatu of 73 runs. 41 runs remaining or required in 13 overs, and the current run rate is at 4.57, creeping up to the 5 runs and over mark, and looking strong here with the run rate required a little over 3 runs and over. And if Malay and Elomia bet on for another couple of overs, it should be home for Fiji. Nguyen has been brought into the attack for Vanuatu from the BC end of the ground. Malay on strike, down onto the leg side. The umpire says wide. Not a good start from Nguyen. And Fiji are none for 33. Their wides are contributing quite heavily in this Fijian innings. And down onto the leg side, hit down to the deep square leg fielder by Malay, brings a score to 12 runs, and that brings Elomia onto the strike. Nguyen to bowl, has second ball. Elomia on strike, pitched way outside of the blue line, and umpire signals wide. More extra runs for Fiji. 35 on the board, no wickets down. Nguyen bowling from the BC side of the ground, and Elomia on strike. That's down the leg side again, played and missed by Elomia down the leg side, and umpire says another wide for Fiji, and that will bring the score to 37 for 36 actually. Score's been updated. Yep. And drop shot, pull shot by Elomia down to the deep square leg region, and the ball's been overthrown, but luckily Steven was backing up, stops the ball, and Nguyen, still 3 balls remaining in head first over, and that is a better ball outside of stump. Malay goes for a shot but misses, and another dot ball for Nguyen's over here. Now 2 balls remaining. Malay on strike, none for 37, and down the leg side again, helped on its way by Malay, hitting it down to the fine leg region, and the deep fielder has covered it, stopping it from reaching the boundary. 2 runs scored for Malay. That brings her score to 14 runs. 2 balls remaining in Nguyen's first over. The crowd has gone quiet, Hilsey.
Yeah.
I think the game is on a cruise mode, and I think the Fijians are gonna be very happy with their betting performance today. Their bowling was very good. They restricted Vanuatu to 72 runs, and their opening partners are giving them a very, very good chance to win this game. 39 run partnership so far. It's now hit over the infield by Malay, and a bit of misfield there as well. That allows the Fijian batters to cross for a comfortable 2 runs, and that will be the over ball. Fiji, after 8 overs, no wicket down for 41 runs, and that is the bowling chart for the Vanuatu bowling team. And looking strong here, Ilse. Fiji, no wickets down for 41, 8 overs gone. Alomia, steady on 11 runs of 26 balls, and Malay on 16 runs of 22 balls. Langsau will continue from the Vanuatu pot end of the field. And Alomia looking strong here. She's on 11 runs facing the first ball, and it's down the leg side again. Good take by the wicket keeper. It was way down the leg side. Did well to stop it. That is a wide ball. Extra runs for Fiji. 42 runs on the board. And another wide. Again, well taken by the wicket keeper. Did well to stop that ball as it was too far wide. Done well to stop it, but anyhow, this wide run still counts. 43 runs on the board, 2 wides of Langsau's second over, and this one goes on to the outside of off stump, and umpire will signal another wide, I think. Yeah, there she goes. Missed by the wicketkeeper this time, and extra runs conceded. There will be 2 runs. Fiji are now 45 runs on the board, cruising home. Run rate currently creeping up to 6 runs per over, and just needing little over 2 runs and over to win this game. Langsau continuing, pull shot by Malay down to the deep mid-wicket fielder, and fields it, throws it back to the bowler, and Malay moves to 18 runs. Fiji are now 47 runs on the board. Doing it tough here, Langsau. 3 wide balls, and another misfield from Vanuatu mid-off fielder, and Malay and Alomia. Good run in between the wicket. Gets another 2 runs for Fiji. That will bring the score to 49 runs for Fiji. Malay moves up to 20. Ably supported by Alomia on 11 runs. Langsau still has 3 balls to bowl in her second over, and Fiji are cruising home. 9 for 49. 4th ball from Langsau. Good defensive shot. Smart batting by Malay. They've got runs on the board. 7 runs so far in this over, and protecting the good balls, and will look to score off the bad balls that will come from. And again, another powerful shot, pull shot down to the mid-wicket region, deep mid-wicket region, and misfield by the fielder, crashes into the boundary line, and umpire signals 4 more runs for Fiji. That brings up their 50 runs, 53 runs, 8.4 overs, and they are looking strong for another comfortable victory. Replay of the pull shot. There you go, the misfield done by the fielder, and Fiji are now 53 runs on the board. Another pull shot from Melee down to the deep square leg fielder. Single taken, and score will move up to 54. Langsau. It has been a very long over for Langsau, conceding about 12 runs so far, and it has been a good over for Fiji. Elomia on strike. Last ball from Langsau. Played and missed. Dot ball. 13 runs of the over. Fiji none for 54 after 9 overs, chasing 73 to win this match. There is 54 runs partnership for between Mele and Elomia, a good one for Fiji, as Vanuatu needed quick wickets to put some pressure on the Fijian batting order, but Mele and Elomia have done a very good job. 54 runs, first wicket partnership, doing it strong for Fiji on their way to winning this game. They need another 19 runs to win this game with 10 wickets in hand and back full of overs left. They should be able to do it easily from here on, Hilsey.
Yep. Easy. Cruising home.
Cruising home. Mele on strike. She is on 25, looking strong, and we'll be looking to finishing strong for Fiji. Joy Mansale is on the attack. First ball down the leg side. A wide. There's been a lot of wide balls so far. How many actually? Let us check. 19 extras out of the 55 runs, and that is almost a third of the total runs been scored as extra runs. Good ball up on block hole. Defensive shot from Mele, knowing that they have done the hard work. They just need to cruise home from here on. And Mansale continuing from the retafling court end of the ground, straight to the point fielder. Strong, another powerful shot from Mele, but straight to the fielder, and another dot ball that is handy for Vanuatu, as they need to build some pressure through dot balls, and the next ball goes down to the leg side again. That doesn't help. Another wide extra run for Fiji brings the score to 56. Cruising home here, run rate at 6 runs and over. Their required rate has now dropped to under 2 runs. And another full toss, powerfully dealt with by Mele for 4 runs, and that will bring the score to 60 runs for Fiji, and a free hit of a no ball above waist height delivery. That is an unfair delivery, and the umpire has called it a no ball, and free hit ball will be the next ball. And I think Mele will go hard on the free hit. She is looking strong here. She is very confident, and that is ball outside of the wide line, and call it a wide by umpire, and the free hit remains due to the wide ball, and the free hit ball has to be reballed. Mele will be looking to go hard on the free hit ball, as she is looking very comfortable, very confident in the innings at this stage. Mansale full toss, punch through the coverage in, and 2 runs will be taken. That will bring Vanuatu, beg your pardon, Fiji scored to 64 runs, and in 9.2 hours, Mele on 31, Elomia on 11 for Fiji. Mansale coming in, defensive shot up in the air, just falls short of the cover fielder for a dot ball. Still 2 balls to go in this over. About 7 runs scored so far, 2 balls remaining. The powerful Mele on 31 of 32 balls. Down to the leg side, defensive shot from Mele. That is smart betting from the Fiji batters here, protecting the good balls and scoring off the bad balls, full toss or wide balls, plus the extras helping along the way. And that is outside of off stump, slapped through to the point region by Mele again. That will bring her score to 33 with 2 runs taken off this ball. And that is the over ball. Fiji, after 10 overs, no wickets, down for 66 runs. 7 runs required in the next 10 overs, and I think they are cruising home in this match. None down for 66, 10 overs, and a technical timeout has been called by the umpires at the end of the 10 over mark. We will come back in a short moment as the points table are being shown on the screen here. Samoa remains undefeated after 3 matches on 6 points. Fiji, Indonesia and Papua New Guinea on 2 points apiece, and this match, after Fiji wins, they will move to 4 points, and they still have 1 game against Samoa, and I think that might be a deciding match of the tournament as the 2 goes head to head into the final day of matches on Monday. We will be back in a short moment as teams go for a technical timeout.
Hardly worth having a break there. What? Yeah, I understand. Seven runs to win, 6 wickets in hand. I was trying to explain to HCS and it was hardly worth going over for it, wasn't it, hey?
Welcome back to Amini Park. Fiji looking strong, cruising on home to victory. They are 9 for 66 after 10 overs. Mele on 33, Elomia on 11. Molisa has been introduced into the attack by Vanuatu. First ball, dot ball, nicely defended, tossed up in the lands on a half volley. Nicely played by Elomia. They're playing smart here, Hilsey. They're playing really well, looking after the good balls, scoring off the loose balls from the bowlers, and they are cruising on to victory. That is a no ball called by the umpire. The ball has been pitched outside of the wicket, and it's called a no ball. And Elomia will be facing the free hit ball, and nothing silly will be done as they're cruising home. Nicely played down to the square leg region, rolls it down the ground, goes across for a single run, brings it closer to home for Fiji. 5 runs to win, 58 balls. Melee comes on strike on 33, and Lomia on 12. Molisa pitched outside of off stump, punched down the ground by Melee towards the deep mid-on fielder. This brings a score to 34 runs of 35 balls. Fiji now needs 4 runs to win of 57 balls. They are cruising home here. Hilsey, white ball pushed down to the leg side by Molisa. Three runs remaining. This will be a convincing win for Fiji in a fine style, chasing down 73 runs with all wickets intact, and dot ball from Molisa's 4th ball only delays the march on to the victory by just another ball. And Elomia on strike, 3 runs to win. Molisa 5th ball. Down to the leg side, straight to the deep square leg fielder. Single run taken, closer to home, 2 runs to win, 55 balls remaining. Fiji are now down for 71. Umpire goes no ball. Is that a no ball or white ball? Overstep or double bounce? Probably double bounce. Hilsey, there you go. The umpire says no ball on the double bounce ball. 1 ball to go. Sorry, I beg your pardon. 1 run. 1 run to win. Melee to do it in style, punches the ball through the cover region, and 2 runs taken safely. That is a convincing win for Fiji. None for 74 in 11 overs, winning by 10 wickets. Melee scoring 35 runs. Elomia 13 runs, doing it in a fine style for Fiji. Secures their 2nd win of the tournament, and this will be an interesting finish to the competition as the Samoans and Fiji go head to head on the final day of the competition on Monday, and it will be an interesting day. And thank you very much to everyone who have tuned in to watch us live on and replay out here in Amini Park, home of Cricket PNG. We want to say thank you to everyone, our sponsors, our viewers, our fans, and the crowd that have showed up to the ground, families, friends, One Talks, and all our Cricket PNG fans. Thank you very much. It has been a wonderful day of cricket. Samoa knocked over PNG Vanuatu remain undefeated earlier on in the day, and Fiji have comfortably walked over Vanuatu, winning by 10 wickets. That brings us to the end of the 4th day of competition, and we want to say thank you again, and we will be back tomorrow for another fun-filled day of cricket. Tomorrow there will be just one game. PNG will be taking on Indonesia on Sunday, and Fiji, Samoa and Vanuatu will be on rest, and they will play again on Monday with the deciding match between Samoa and Fiji. If Fiji win, then it will come down to net run rate, and if Samoa wins, they march on to the 2028 2027 under 19 Women's World Cup tournament. And it's been a wonderful day. Thank you very much. We are signing out. Anthony Healy, Rugi Dikana, and H. Willie. It's goodbye for now. Emau Bamauta and Iagiso, and good day and good night, everybody. Thank you, and see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, Rudy.